Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first Action Figure Wrestling Blue program. I'm Taz, and with me is Superstar Billy Graham. Ain't that right, brother? I'm glad to be here with you, Taz. But tonight we got 4 exciting matches. The first one is Action Figure Wrestling Women's Champion Evil Lynn defending against newcomer Nikki Cross. Well, there she is. Evil Lynn is in the ring, waiting for her opponent, making her wrestling debut, Nikki Cross. Her action figure wrestling debut, that is. There's Nikki Cross. A little bit of history here is that Evil Lynn is the first action figure wrestling female to defend her title in 5 different decades. That's right. She came in She started in the 1980s. She held the women's title and defended it. She defended it again in 1990s when she was women's champion, in the early 2000s, in the 2000 teens, and now here it is, 2020. Ding ding. And Nikki Cross already going straight after the women's champion Evil Lynn. Evil Lynn knocks her out of the ring. For a count of 1 anyway. Nikki Cross just knocked Evil Lynn out on a count of 2. You know you cannot win a championship on a count out. Nikki Cross needs to win here in order to become part of the Action Figure Wrestling regular roster. 1, 2, even though they're outside the ring, that's a 2 count for Nikki Cross. Of course, you got Evil Lynn, who wants to become the longest reigning champion. You gotta remember, she's held the title since August. She started off, in August, before he made the move from Virginia to Arizona. And the Gooch just recently got Nikki Cross because he thought he needed more female performers. Evil Lynn knocked out outside the ring for a 3 count. Nikki Cross just taken out for a 4 count. Yeah, both of them were out for a 5 count that time. And now it's 6 count. Evil Lynn just tossed Nikki out of the ring for a 3 count. Where's Nikki Cross going? 1, 2, 3. Your winner, a new women's champion, Nikki Cross. We'll be back after these messages. in the ring right now is the Action Figure Wrestling 6-Man Tag Team Champions. The 6-Man Tag Team Champions are on the line. You got Owen Hart, Edge, and Bam Bam Bigelow. And their opponents coming down the aisle, representing G.I. Joe, is Firefly, Snake Eyes, and Long Range. Ding, the bell just rung. Ding, ding. And Firefly just got a 1 count on Owen Hart. Owen Hart. Remember, these are like tornado type rules. One, two, Owen Hart being so close to the ropes. And Firefly knocked Owen. But he got a 2 count right close to the ropes. Now if you look at Edge's vest, you notice Edge has signed his vest. Ding ding. Edge was just drop kicked. Firefly out. It's good to remember this guy Firefly. He did not, for a long time, he represented Cobra in Action Figure Wrestling. He just, a few months ago, made a return to the G.I. Joe team. Snake Eyes just takes out Edge. And Bam Bam Bigelow just took out Snake Eyes. Long Range. Bam Bam Bigelow won. Bam Bam just took down Long Range. Will this match come to an end? We don't know. We got so much action going on here. Firefly 1, 2, 3. Bam Bam has been eliminated. So that's now down to 2 on 3. Ding ding. Ooh. A drop kick by Edge on the Firefly. Takes Firefly out of the ring. In Long Range. Didn't take down Edge either. 1. Edge kicks out. Snake Eyes lost his goggles, his visor. We can now see his eyes. 1, 2. Snake Eyes kicks out. This action is fast-packed. It's exactly what the fans want from Action Figure Wrestling. 1, 2, 3. Edge has been eliminated, leaving Owen Hart by himself to defend the Action Figure Wrestling 6-Man Tag Team titles. Ding ding. 1. Owen Hart had a figure 4 locked on there. Now you gotta remember, Owen Hart's probably the toughest member of any of the Hart family action figures we have. 1, 2. Snake Eyes went for the 2 count. but it was only a 2 count. Will we see a change of title? I will remind you though, the 3 members of the 6-man tag team champions will be allowed to stay down here in the ring instead of getting the promised debut that were promised for the Lucha title. Triclops will have to defend against these 3 guys in a Royal Rumble type, in a Battle Royal type situation. If Owen Hart loses here. So it's a win-win it's a must-win for Owen Hart. 1, 2, Owen Hart kicks out. Snake Eyes with a forearm to Owen Hart. 1, 2, 3. Snake Eyes has been eliminated. One. One, 2. We just almost had 6-man tag team champions. Well, you know what they say, almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. 1, 2, 3. Your winners and new 6-man tag team champions. Firefly, Snake Eyes, and Long Range. Yes, folks, and tonight we were going to have the debut. We were going to have the debut of Shinsuke Nakamura, but because of the 6-man tag team championship changing hands, it's going to be the Lucha champion in a elimination 4-way match. And of course, Triclops, he's just going to lay there making light of this. which means if you get knocked out of the ring, if you get a pinned for a 3 count, or if you submit, you will be out of the matchup. So who's Cyclops? Who does Cyclops think he wants to take on first? Who do you think is going to be first one down here to take Cyclops on? We'll see soon. Ding ding. It's Edge 1. Should have known Edge was going to be the first one coming down here. Edge is beating up on. Edge is taking his time with Cyclops. Ding ding. And Bam Bam comes in, but Bam Bam gets eliminated. That means there will not be any more Bam Bam on the Action Figure Wrestling broadcast for a little while. And Owen Hart tried, and there won't be an Owen Hart on here for a while. Now it's down to just 2 men, and it's already been a 1 fall. If Bam Bam and Owen both would have stayed in the ring, they could bat for it, for the title now. Now it becomes pinfalls count anywhere, like all of our matches. One, two. Edge kicks out. And Edge missed. Edge missed a perfect opportunity for a pinfall there. Copy your opponent much? Cyclops with a spear. And what a spear that was. Ooh. Edge came a little too far, too close to our table here. Edge with a spear returned a spear of his own. One, two, three, and that's it, folks. Cyclops remains Action Figure Wrestling Lucha Champion. The Action Figure Wrestling lightweight title holder. There's the lightweight title belt. Is going to be facing a person making their debut tonight. This is their Action Figure Wrestling debut, Jon Moxley. Eric Swalwell must be in here somewhere. I heard a fart. Ding ding. And this Jon Moxley, you don't want to take him lightly. He's a lunatic for sure. People call him a lunatic fringe. The only person that can do crazy worse than him is Brian Pillman. And even though Brian Pillman is not on is not on the active roster, he is on the roster. Ooh, that almost became a 3 count. But did you see how quickly Jon Moxley turned around and laid on his back to keep it from being a near fall? You knew that Jon Moxley would be a tough opponent for the lightweight champion. Jon Moxley needs the win here so he can get the championship, so he could keep that contract. And the champion wants to keep the championship. If he loses, he will become number 1 contender for the Extreme title. But you know, action figure wrestling is a high-paced type of sport. And you got 2 guys here going at it who do not know the meaning of stop. The Red Mask Executioner and Jon Moxley. You know, I've called a lot of Jon Moxley's matches in AEW. One Red Executioner kicked out. And I've seen all of his matches when he was in WWE. But nothing compares you to watching this guy in action. 1, 2. And Jon Moxley kicks out. Jon Moxley's back in the ring. He keeps getting back in the ring and letting the Red Executioner come after him. Is that sound strategy? I don't know. If you notice, when they fall on the outside of the ring, Moxley lands closest to the ring, which means he's going to get in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Your winner is still the lightweight champion, the Red Executioner. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the first edition of Action Figure Wrestling Blue. I'm Taz with Superstar Billy Graham. Now, the first edition of Action Figure Red, you have the Extreme Champion, Matt Striker, the Hardcore Champion, CM Punk, the King of the Ring Champion, Mark Mero, and the European Champion, Abyss.